Hi, everybody. My name is Kobe Warner. Welcome to KOBLIZZY. And America has a problem. Bitch, it's Beyonce. I, I saw the Renaissance World Tour last night in Nashville. It's Sunday, July 16th as I tape this. I saw Beyonce, obviously, Saturday, July 15th. And I almost can't articulate how amazing this concert was, but I have no choice but to tape this episode today because I'm going out of town this week. And so I have to tape it the day after and quickly process everything that I went through. So, not I went through, it sounds like trauma. It was amazing. But wow, there's just so much to talk about. It was a very long show in the best way. And we'll get there all in due time because we're first, as per usual, going to start with the song of the week. You'd think this week's song of the week would be a Beyonce song because of number one, how much I love Beyonce, and number two, the fact that I just saw Beyonce yesterday. But it actually isn't, and that's only because Troye Sivan released the hideous hit that I've heard in a minute. Like, since Padum Padum. I guess that was like a month ago. So the hideous hit I've heard since a month ago. But Troye Sivan's new single Rush, which is the first single in support of his forthcoming album that is entitled Something to Give Each Other. Sorry, I was trying to buy myself time while I pull it up. So Rush is track number 1 of 10 tracks of this album that's going to come out in like October or something. I pre-ordered a signed copy, so excited. Obviously, you will see that when it gets here in a couple of months. But I'm just really excited for Troye's music. I'm always seated for Troye Sivan. I think Troye Sivan makes really solid, really great pop music. And Rush is actually his highest charting solo song on the global Spotify charts to date. So it seems like everybody else is eating up Rush as much as I am. So that's amazing, and that is the song of the week. I feel the rush, addicted to your touch. Oh, I feel it's so good, it's so good. I feel the rush, addicted to your touch. Yeah, I feel it's so good, it's so good. Listen to Rush. And my favorite part is the part that comes after that. I don't know the words though. So good to be so planted, so bad. Whatever that part is, it's so good, it's so good. Listen to Rush, it's really good. And the song says it in the chorus. It's so good, it's so good. Rush. And so there's one more thing before we're going to speak about before we get into the Renaissance Tour, which is going to comprise basically the entirety of this episode. But before that, with a little more ado, I have to mention the SAG-AFTRA union announcing a unanimous board vote to go on strike in conglomeration, in accordance with, in retaliation to, well, I was going to say in conglomeration with the writers. The writers have been on strike for about a month or 2 months now, and SAG-AFTRA has joined them. SAG-AFTRA hasn't gone on a strike since 1960. And SAG-AFTRA has never had a unanimous board vote to go on strike. Hear me when I say there has never been a unanimous vote for SAG-AFTRA to strike. And so they haven't striked since 1960. They've never all completely 100% agreed to strike until now. If you don't know what SAG-AFTRA is, please listen. Don't get bored because you're here for Beyonce. Listen, this is very important. I promise we're going to talk all about Beyonce for a long time. But SAG-AFTRA is the actors union. WGA that I mentioned is the writers union. WA has been on strike. SAG-AFTRA just announced their strike. SAG-AFTRA, what is it? AMTP? AMPTP. So AMPTP represents the streaming services and all of the big rich fuckers who don't want to pay SAG-AFTRA, who are actors, and WGA, who are writers. So I'm trying to water it down. So that's basically the situation, is that the AMPTP, sorry, that acronym is a lot for me. AMPTP does not want to renegotiate a fair contract for both writers and actors to get paid wages that are fair and livable and honestly deserved for how big of a impact a writer and an actor has on a production. These people who fund the projects and produce the projects and source the projects think they're more important than the people who write the projects and tell the stories. Can't fathom that. It doesn't make any sense to me. But clearly they are digging their heels into the ground. Even one of the reps went on the record to say, one of the reps from a streaming service went on record to say, the end goal for the writer's strike is writers going broke. That's when they'll come back and grovel to us. And they don't plan to negotiate or, do a fair deal with writers or actors. I read something about there was some contract somewhere for something. They want to have it in the contract. If you guys have watched the new season of Black Mirror, the first episode's called Joan is Awful. And in that episode, AI was like stealing real people's livelihoods and live stories and like turning it into a TV show. And I watched that episode of Black Mirror on a plane like in June, like 3 weeks ago, like a month ago. And then I read an article yesterday that tells me that the streaming services are trying to work into the contract of background actors, that they can be paid, background actors, extras, can be paid for 1 day of work and then have their likeness cloned and AI put into shit. I really don't even understand how that works, but like AIing people into TV shows and, whatever for the entirety of time and forever and ever, amen, after working for 1 day and getting paid for 1 day. It's like they are literally going to, like, who's gonna, how are people gonna work? Like, who is gonna do jobs? Like, everybody, I just don't understand. Do they want all actors to be unemployed and broke and, I just don't understand how people have hit TV shows and can't pay their rent, or, having millions of viewers and getting evicted. I can't fathom this. People from Orange is the New Black, which was Netflix's like first big Netflix original, are saying that despite the show's success, despite Netflix executives going bragging and saying that Orange is the New Black was viewed as many times as Game of Thrones, that these actors on Orange is the New Black weren't getting paid livable wages. They never saw money. They're not seeing residuals. And residuals are shit as they are. After your, show comes out, the residuals dwindle. It becomes $2. It becomes a couple cents. And so, people aren't being able to live off of their work, and that's not fair. They're trying to propose a contract that would allow actors to make less money than they made in 2020. And in 2020, actors were making less money than they made before that. It's absolutely asinine, ridiculous, and unfair. With that being said, actors are on strike. Here is what that means to you. Any actors that are a part of the SAG-AFTRA union, which is basically all of your favorite actors, the union specifies that actors cannot sing, act, dance, perform stunts, do pilot on camera, aircraft, puppeteer, or do performance capture and motion capture work in front of a camera. This includes some works that are already, in production. A lot of productions are shutting down because actors now can't work. Actors also cannot go to movie premieres. They cannot promote their projects on social media. They can't post past projects on social media that are still in circulation. You can't do podcasts if it's funded by what's it called? It's any of these projects that are a part of this AMPTP union situation. You can see I obviously don't even have all the language or the jargon. I have an article from the LA Times open right now. Here. Aside from on-camera work, actors cannot do off-camera work that includes automated dialogue, replacement or looping, or recording additional dialogue or background voices for a film or TV series. They cannot provide services for TV or theatrical trailers or voice acting. They cannot do narration or stunt coordination. It's also prohibited that background work cannot be done, including stand-ins. Photo or body doubles cannot work. Fittings for movie and TV shows cannot happen. Rehearsals and camera tests cannot happen. Scanning or interviews and auditions. Auditions, including self-tapes. So no SAG-AFTRA union television shows are going to be working right now or going to be in production because actors can't do anything. That means the Barbie press tour is cut short and we will not cut shoot. That means the Barbie press tour is cut short and we will not get to see any more of Margot Robbie's serves. She's been serving as literally every Barbie that's ever existed on this press tour. I've lived for her high fashion cosplay. It's been amazing. But we will not get any more of it. The press tour is cut short. The New York premiere is going to be canceled. If it's not canceled, the actors will not be in attendance. And what's the point of a movie premiere if the people who were in the movie can't attend the premiere. And I'm not saying any of these things should happen. What's most important is people get paid, is that these streaming services realize that they are not the people who should be making hundreds of millions of dollars, and actors and writers should be making a good chunk of that money, because those are the people who are really doing the heavy lifting. But instead, the rich get richer and the poor get poorer in every industry. It doesn't matter if you're in the entertainment industry. It doesn't matter if you're working in a regular old corporation. You could be working at Walmart. The CEO is worth tens, hundreds, however many millions of dollars, and everybody else is getting paid minimum wage. It's really interesting. I don't know, and I'm not going to go on a rant too much longer. I really just want to make you aware that the actors are on strike and nothing's happening right now except commercial work and modeling work, for me at least. I'm doing commercials and modeling because that's like still in production. Also, like, there was something else in this article, what actors can do. This is the LA Times article that I mentioned, just to like give them credit. Actors can do. On-camera work that is allowed includes television programs covered by the network TV code. That means soap operas, variety shows, talk shows, and game shows. However, late night variety shows are shut down. Actors can provide sound services for sound recording and music videos, as well as take part in interactive or video game agreements and dubbing and recordings for audiobooks. Yeah, that's about it. Actors can't do more than they can do. And that's it. I just want to make you aware. And now we can talk about Beyonce and the Renaissance World Tour. OMG. Let's get into it, ladies. It was insanity. I drove into Nashville yesterday afternoon, and I checked into my hotel, and then I went straight from my hotel. It was like it was like 5 miles away. Straight from the hotel to the stadium. Honestly, the traffic wasn't that bad. I had a parking place at the stadium, and then I went in the stadium. And a couple things I didn't do. I did not buy a t-shirt in person because I bought a t-shirt online. Beyonce put her official merch collection on Amazon. And so I ordered a t-shirt on Amazon. It hasn't come in the mail yet, but so I did get a tour merch shirt. I just didn't buy it in person. And I was going to get in line and buy a heated fan. Where's the fan? She had one of these fans, but it was a heated fan, like Heated, the song from Renaissance. But the line was so long, and I was like, am I going to wait in line for an electric lemonade, or am I going to wait in a line for a fan? And honestly, I probably should have picked the fan because it was hot, but instead I got the alcohol. So you can see where my priorities lie. And honestly, they were probably about the same price. But that electric lemonade was really delicious. I don't even think it was lemonade. It was like red, white, and blue. So I don't know what that has to do with lemonade. Anyway. So then I went to my seat. I was in the 100s. I wasn't on the floor. But I was in the fifth row of the 100s, and I was seat number 1. So I had a great view of Beyonce, and I was literally like 2 inches away from the floor. It was amazing. And I had a chair. And some people on the floor did have chairs, but Club Renaissance didn't. And that's where I would have been had I not been where I was. And honestly, I'm happy I didn't opt to stand, because I did have the chance to like sit down and take a break for a second every once in a while. With that being said, I'm going to pull up the set list so it's a really long set list, like many a song. And I just want to have it to guide me through. So hopefully it jogs my memory about stuff that went on. I've already posted some videos from the concert that I took on my phone on TikTok, my personal TikTok, not the podcast TikTok. So on @KOBLIZZY, you can see Beyonce performance videos from the Renaissance World Tour. Of course, on @KOBLIZZY Show, you can see all my TikToks about this podcast, which hopefully you already follow it. But if you don't, you should follow @KOBLIZZY Show. And you can go to see @KOBLIZZY. You can see Beyonce over there while you're at it too. Shameless self-plug, and now we're going to get into the set list. So Beyonce started with ballads. She technically was her own opener. She sold a tour book that confirmed that she was the opener. It literally said like Beyonce, and then the opener was Beyonce. And so there was like the visuals. First of all, let's just talk about this. The visuals, the budget, everything was very top of the line, top tier shit going on here. And so the visuals and the soundtrack that like opened the show were very interesting and compelling. And I could not tell you specifically what happened to them, but I know that I was living for them in the moment. And so the visuals play, and then this, voice goes, "Ladies and gentlemen, Beyonce." And here she comes to the floor in this most gorgeous red outfit. Every single night she opens the show in a different look. And so if you don't know that, it's incredible. So you never know what she's going to pop out in the first for the first act of the show. And so she came out in this gorgeous red outfit and she just looked amazing. Her hair looked gorgeous. Her makeup was beat, and it was hot in Nashville. And it was actually going to rain. It's funny. Right at the beginning of the show, she said, "Look at this beautiful night. It was supposed to rain, and look at the night we have." And I was like, "Yes, Beyonce. It was supposed to rain." And the weather said it was raining all night long, and it was not raining, baby. If it was raining, it wasn't raining over Beyonce. And she said, if it was raining, we were going to dance in the damn rain. That's what she said. She honestly, that was the first thing that I noticed, and the first thing that I want to mention is how much fun she seemed to be having. So I've only seen Beyonce live one other time in 2018 at the On the Run 2 tour, which I'm pretty sure I've mentioned a gazillion times. But I have seen every concert special she's ever made, every documentary she's ever put out, every visual movie she's ever made, every visual album she's ever made, and many of her live performances that are online and accessible. But Beyonce is like a vault. If she don't want some shit online, it's taken down. So I'm sure I haven't seen everything, but my point is I've seen a lot. I've seen quite a lot. And Beyonce, some call her robotic, and some people said she's void of personality, and none of that is true, and it's never been true. Beyonce's always had a personality. But she definitely, I feel that she used to perform with a certain stoicism. She was very stoic in her performance and very professional. And you could tell that she meant business. I think that was the main characteristic I would say about her whole Sasha Fierce vibe. Back when she used to call her performance persona Sasha Fierce, I think it was really rooted in perfection. And she was giving you visual perfection. But the thing about somebody like Beyonce is you don't have to try to be perfect to read as perfect or read as ethereal. Beyonce, honestly, it feels like an elevated level of human. I don't know what it is about that woman. It's not just the fact that she's rich and famous. There is something about her essence and her vibe and the way she is so good at what she does. It's not common. It isn't common. It's not easily replicated. And she is incredible. And there's just something about Beyonce. So back to the set list. She comes out, that voice says, "Ladies and gentlemen, Beyonce," and she comes to the floor in this gorgeous red outfit, and she sings "Dangerously in Love." So she starts the show with ballads. She is opening for herself. It almost feels like a warm-up kind of vibe. And I mean, she's singing her face off. She sings the fuck out of "Dangerously in Love." And it has this beautiful arrangement. It sounds different than the album cut. Also, the album cut was made 25 years ago, but I'm saying even the arrangement is different. Sounds incredibly gorgeous and different, but also "Dangerously in Love" was a Destiny's Child hit. So she's really starting the show with something that really everybody's going to know. How do you not know "Dangerously in Love"? You know what I mean? If you don't, you're a local. Period. Then she sings "Flaws and All." Now, if you don't know this song, I'm not going to look at you funny. It's more of a niche Beyonce song. I feel like there's this kid going around online saying that "Dangerously in Love" and "Flaws and All" and "1+1" are all niche Beyonce songs. That's not true. "Dangerously in Love" is mainstream. "1+1" is a hit. "Flaws and All," on the other hand, if you don't know that one, I'm not going to be tripping on you. However, I love "Flaws and All." I'm a train wreck in the morning. I'm a bitch in the afternoon. She ate, because true. Relatable. Anyway, so she sings "Flaws and All." Again, sings the fuck out of it, especially the end. "You done done how I love me." Like, she's just singing her face off. Like, Beyonce's one of those people you just want to sit there and be like, how do you do that over and over again? Let me tell you, that mic was on. Anybody who say Beyonce she has lip synced before, sure. Was she lip syncing last night? I don't think so. Not a goddamn time. Like, that mic was on. She was singing her face off, but you could tell those vocals were live. So after "Flaws and All," something else about this show. Every single time Beyonce, there was a lot of stairs. There were some stairs going down the catwalk of the stage. There were stairs elsewhere. And every time Beyonce had to walk on some stairs, there was somebody there to hold her hand. And it was funny because even if there wasn't anybody on stage with her, somebody would just appear just to hold her hand for these stairs, just to escort her down. I loved it because, it really added to the queen vibe. I'm like, this bitch is a queen. She don't even walk down the stairs unaccompanied. She said, "Somebody hold my hand." She said, "I'm not tripping nowhere. No way, no how." I love it. And so after "Flaws and All," Beyonce walks stage left down a little staircase, and this man popped up to hold her hand for the staircase. And then she walks over and she sits on top of a grand piano that is being played actively while she sings 1+1. And then after 1+1, which was gorgeous, not to gloss over it, but there's so much to talk about. And so the ballads, Dangerously in Love, Flaws and All, 1+1. Some people were saying she shouldn't start a show with ballads. To those people, I say shut up. Moving on. She ate. She ate down. And so then after 1+1, she goes, can I get a little bit closer to y'all? And she sings I Care. And this is the first time she walks down the catwalk. She walks down the stair and there's somebody to hold her hand. And I think the only time she didn't walk down the stairs with somebody holding her hand was during Heated. She started Heated way up on like the main stage. And then during the middle of the song, she just like took off running down the runway. And so she runs down the stairs and runs all the way down to like all the way in the center of Club Renaissance for the end of Heated, which I thought was so funny. But every other time, baby, she has somebody there holding her hand on them stairs. And so then she sings I Care. I care. I know you don't care too much, but I still care, baby. Oh, that was pitchy. Oh, she eats. That song is so good live because she growls through those high notes. I can't growl. It's like not a growling note for me, but I can't do it. But she like growls into that. I care. Oops, sorry, I peeked the microphone. I care. I know you don't care too. Just look it up on. Wait. I didn't post that one on TikTok. Look that one up online if you want to hear it for real. If you like that song. She just sings that song so good live. And I'm sorry, I peeked the microphone. R.I.P. headphone users. Is that what them kids say on the internet? So after I Care, she turns around. She literally said, thank you. And then turns around and just walked off stage. And some more visuals play. And the next time we see her is for the beginning of the Renaissance segment of the show. So she opened for herself with Dangerously in Love, Flaws and All, 1+1, and technically I Care too, right? And then she goes, and then visuals play, and it initiates the transition into the Renaissance era. And then the next time we see her, she's like in all chrome. And I posted this on my Instagram story, but I guess that's only 24 hours. I might have to post this clip on TikTok. I haven't posted it at the time of filming, but I will. It's just a short one, but it shows the robotic thing. She's covered in this chrome, and then the face opens up, and the body opens up, and the other body opens up, and the leg opens up, and she just opens up out of this robot shit, and then starts strutting down the downstage, and doing I'm That Girl, and on the album, I'm That Girl transitions into Cozy, transitions into Alien Superstar. And so that's how she did it. She did I'm That Girl. And then she did Cozy, and the whole stage went pink. It was so gorgeous. And I'm telling you, the budget, I don't think I've mentioned it. The quality of the visuals, and all the glitter everywhere. The fact that there was smoke machines in the entire stadium, literally on every level, even up in the 200s and higher. And the fact that everything was glittery, the fact that confetti shot out and it shot in the whole stadium, not just in the front, was so cool. It was just so lit. But that was at the end of the show. I'm just getting ahead of myself. I can't help it. I'm excited. And so she did I'm That Girl, and then she did Cozy, and then she did Alien Superstar, and that's one of my favorites. And I actually reference Alien Superstar. Do I? No, I reference I'm That Girl. Anyway, I have a song that I have been making recently that's not out yet that represents I'm That Girl, not Alien Superstar. But yeah, I think it's just, I literally say I'm That Girl. Anyway, yeah, it references Beyonce, that's all. I just really liked Renaissance when I was making that song last summer, and I'm still working on it. Anyway, so Alien Superstar was like a mashup with Sweet Dreams. You can be my sweet dream or a beautiful nightmare. Either way, I don't wanna wake up from my sweet dream or a beautiful nightmare. Either way, I don't wanna wake up from you. Just see you when I close my eyes. She didn't sing it though. It just like played. It was like the boom, dun, 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 turn the lights on. But she was going, too classic for that world. Forever I'm that girl over the Sweet Dreams beat. I'm like, bitch, you couldn't even give us a Sweet Dreams chorus. She didn't even sing the chorus, but whatever. I just wanted her to sing a little bit of it, you know? And so after Alien Superstar, then there was like a brief moment where she sang the chorus of Liftoff, which is the Jay-Z song featuring Kanye West, the Jay-Z and Kanye West song where she sings the chorus and Liftoff, something about the moon and the stars. Hold on. Yeah, they gonna copyright strike me, especially them. Hold on. We gonna take it to the moon, take it to the stars. How many people you know can take it this far? I'm supercharged. We about to take this whole thing to Mars. I literally don't know the melody of that song at all. But she sings that chorus, and then Cuff It start. Well, actually, then she goes off stage and more visuals play. And then maybe this time the dancers or Les Twins or somebody came out and did some choreography. And then, you know, transition, she changed into a different outfit. And then Cuff It starts and everything is pink. She's wearing pink. All the dancers are wearing pink. Everything's glittery and pink and amazing after it was just glittery and pink and silver. I don't know how they changed the color of everything. It's crazy to me. And so she plays Cuff It, and it had like this intro that was kind of like slow and down. And then obviously it went upbeat. And that was lit. And then on the album, the sequence is Cuff It, Energy, Break My Soul. And that's exactly how she did it at the show. So she does Cuff It. And everybody was doing the TikTok trend, and everybody loves Cuff It. You know, everybody knows Cuff It. So everybody was really up for that one. And then I was really up for Energy because on stage rocking, I'm stir crazy. Coco found the 1980. I love Just Vibe. That was really flat. Just vibe. Just from the 45, don't get out of line. Yeah. Ooh, 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 ooh. That sounded horrible. Ooh, 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 ooh. Pick a side. Only double lines we cross is dollar signs. Yeah. Ooh, 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 ooh. Also bad. Wait up. I hear you just got paid. Make it rain. Energy. Shimo can't go, he must Saint-Tropez. Been waiting around the cloud gone. Look around, everybody on mute. No, look around, it's me and my group. Look around, me and my crew. When she says the mute part and she goes, it holds for like 8 seconds. Nobody ever, the only people I saw shut the fuck up was Philadelphia. I've not seen anybody else actually be quiet when she does that. Even last night, the people kept singing, and I'm like, have y'all not been seeing this on TikTok? Like, are y'all not real Beehive? Anyway. So I just like Energy, and she did the look around, everybody on mute. So Energy into Break My Soul, and Break My Soul, you know, everybody knows Break My Soul. That's another hit. That was the first single off of Renaissance. It came out first. And you want to break my soul, talking about quitting my job and release your trade, release your stress, release your love, forget the rest. I love it. I love Break My Soul. And she did the Madonna Queen's remix part of the song where she goes, Rosetta Sharp, Santa Gold, Bessie Smith, Nina Simone, Dunta, Kelly Rowe, Badu, Lizzo, Kelly Rowe, Son, Roberta Flair, Tierra Whack, Missy Diana, Grace Jones, Aretha, Anita, Grace Jones, Kellen Falasha, Day Adu, Jelly from Philly, I love you, boo. Don't just stand there, get into it, strike a pose, there's nothing to it. Vogue. I was trying to squeal like she does, but I don't have a voice because I was squealing last night at Beyonce. Anyway, so she did that part of the Break My Soul as like a tag to the original, but that part's from the remix, as I'm sure y'all know. And then she exits stage right, or maybe, yeah, or maybe it went right into it. I don't remember if there was more visuals before Break My Soul, after Break My Soul, before Formation, but next it was bum 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 bum. Y'all ladies corny with, y'all haters corny with that Illuminati mess. Paparazzi catch my fly and my cocky fresh. I'm so reckless when I rock my Givenchy dress. I'm so possessive, so I rock his rock necklaces. My daddy Alabama, mama Louisiana. You mix that Negro with that Creole, make a Texas Bama. Like my baby head with baby head and afro. I like my Negro nose with Jackson 5 nostrils. Something, but you'll never take the country out of me. I got hot sauce in my bag, swag, see it, I want it. This isn't not the Beyonce concert right now. I'm acting like I'm Beyonce and this is the Renaissance World Tour. But bitch, I'm Kobe Warner and this is the KOBLIZZY podcast. Let me get back to business. Woo! That was a lot to say in one breath. Anyway, she does Formation. Obviously, you can tell I love Formation. I love Lemonade. I've loved it ever since the moment it came out. I remember watching the movie on HBO when it was playing live, bitch. I'm a stan. And I was in like 8th grade. Feeling like, damn, Beyonce, I can't believe you cheated on you too, girl. Feeling like I got cheated on at 13. Formation had me in stitches. I mean, Lemonade had me in stitches. Formation too, but like, goodness gracious, I love it. Love it, loved it, always have loved it, always will love it. Also, one I've always loved is Everything Is Love. I love that joint record between Beyonce and Jay-Z. And it also is supported by the fact that I then saw them perform it on tour as they were like putting the album out actively. It was amazing. Anyway, after Formation, she did Diva. A diva is a female version of a hustler, and that's another one. I love that she was really like digging into the hits that the fans love. Diva, we love that. That's why I'm happy she did Dangerously in Love, 1+1, I Care, etc., and Flaws and All, because like, hello, fans love those. Fans. Emphasis on FANS fans. Fans. Beehive. Beehive, you know. The beehive bites. What did Beyonce say? The bees are known to bite. And I charge my crystals and a full moon. She did Black Parade too. I'm not there yet. But actually, I'm almost there. She did Diva. And then she did Run the World. You know, everybody knows that song. She had to do that one for the locals. But she ate. No shade. I'm just saying, everybody knows that song. And then she did My Power. Don't ever take my power. And that's the one where Blue Ivy's been coming out. And so I'm sitting here waiting for the bloodline. This is my bloodline. I'm waiting for the bloodline thing, thinking Blue Ivy gonna come out. And then she didn't. And it wasn't like the biggest disappointment ever because, girl, you don't have to bring your baby to the show. I'm sure she's not getting paid for this shit. Maybe she didn't want to be there. I don't know. Not my business. But I was just expecting Blue Ivy to come out because she's been coming out so much recently. And then she didn't. Anyway, so she did My Power. But I will take this as the time to say, if you haven't listened to Black is King, the Lion King, the Gift album, because no, Black is King is the name of the visual album on Disney Plus. The album's called The Lion King, the Gift. If you haven't listened to The Gift because you haven't listened to it for whatever reason, or you think it's going to be corny because it's related to The Lion King, whatever, listen to The Gift. It is such an amazing album. And My Power is a great song from it, but my favorite right now is Mood Forever. I love Water. I love Other Side, although that it might be the saddest song I've literally ever heard in my life. But we've talked about how much I love sad music. So anyway, listen to The Gift. Get into the visual album on Disney Plus if you have that. Black is King is the name. So good. Some of Beyonce's best visual work. It's so gorgeous. After My Power, after My Power, she did Black Parade, which I just mentioned a few. I charge my crystals in the full moon a few minutes ago. You send a missile, send my guns. I'm trusting down the fender. Sit up with your picket fence. Take it as a warning. I like Black Parade, although I can't really remember the words right now. But that one came out during the pandemic, during quarantine. So I remember like supporting the release of that one. And it was cool that I got nominated for a Grammy. Although it was kind of random. I was like, Black Parade for real? After Black Parade, she did Savage Remix. And at this point, I guess for Black Parade too, at this point she was on top of this like ATV car. I think it was Black Parade. After My Power, she went back and got on top of this ATV and changed outfits. And so she comes out and she does Black Parade on this ATV. And then she also does the Savage Remix on top of this ATV. I think that's what it's called. It's like it looks like a gigantic four-wheeler with no handlebars. And she's sitting on a stool with the pole. But then the shit's like she leaned to this side and it was leaning if you're watching the video. And she leaned to the other side and it was leaning. I'm like, why is everything so animatronic? I've never seen so many moving parts in a set. Everything about her set moved and like did something. And there was robots and shit. I don't even remember what song. I guess it was Cozy. Oh my God, I forgot to mention my favorite part is right after Cozy, or right before Cozy. No, right after Cozy, before Alien Superstar. And she goes to sleep and the dancers hold up like this bed behind her, but she's standing obviously. And that part's just really good. I wish I could show you videos of all of this stuff, but number one, I didn't take videos of all of this stuff. And number two, Beyonce would copyright a hole in my ass. She would copyright me to the ground, bitch. But gosh, that Cozy shit was so good. And Sleep, I love it. And Sleep, I love it. It's so good. But anyway, back to where we're at because that was a long time ago. Savage Remix. So she's on top of this ATV thing and she does Hips tick tock when I dance. On that demon time, she might start her OnlyFans. Big B, and that B stands for bands. If you wanna see some real ass, baby, here's your chance. I said left cheek, right cheek, dropping low in this swing. Texas up in this thing, bitch you up in this game. I be parking my frame, gang, 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 gang. If you don't jump to put jeans on, baby, you don't feel my pain. And please don't give me hype. Ooh, write my name on ice. Can't argue with these lazy bitches. I just raised my price. I'm a boss. I'm a leader. I pull up in my two-seater, and my mama was a savage. Nigga, I got this shit from Tina. I'm a savage. Sassy, bougie, what is the words? Sassy, bougie, ratchet, something like that. Anyway, you know savage. I don't. I just know the verse, apparently. But anyway, she did that verse on top of that ATV thing. And then on top of the ATV thing, she also did, Hey, Miss Card. Wait, no. No, I think Savage, you can tell I had a Electric Lemonade last night because now I can't even remember. I think she might have got off of the ATV thing after Savage because then for Partition, I think she was standing on flat feet because she said, hey, everybody say, hey, Miss Carter. And she was like, oh, she's talking to us. And we were like, hey, Miss Carter. And then she said, give me some. And I was like, whoa, I didn't know we were actually doing it. Boom, boom. Hey, and then after Partition, she did Church Girl. I think there's an Apple Music playlist that's the set list, and I think it's accurate. I'm just trusting this is the actual order of the songs. I think so far it's been right. It's getting a little fuzzy here, though. I don't remember if Church Girl was right after Partition. I'm going to go with it. She did Church Girl, which I love Church Girl. I've been up, I've been down. Feel like I moved mountains, divided by mountains. Oh, I'm wanting everybody. Soon as I get in this party, I'm going to let go of this body. I'm going to love on me. Nobody can judge me but me. I was born free. I'll drop it like a thotty, drop it like a thotty. I said, now drop it like a thotty, drop it like a thotty. She ate that one up. I love that song. I love it. So after that, according to this Apple Music playlist that now I'm skeptical about trusting, it's funny how skepticism just creeps in. I've trusted it so far for like half the episode. And then suddenly I'm like, is this playlist right? Anyway, after Church Girl, she did Get Me Bodied, which I think I might have said a couple episodes ago, but I've mentioned Love on Top as like the first Beyonce song that I've learned a couple times. My Love on Top came on the Sirius XM R&B Heart and Soul radio in the car in like 2011 or 12. And my dad was like, listen to this. And I was like, ooh, who is this woman? And I was like, oh, Beyonce. And I acted like that was the first moment I discovered Beyonce. And then I had another memory from elementary school. Like I said, I think I have mentioned this before, though, very recently. But Get Me Bodied, Get Me Bodied, Get Me Bodied, Get Me Bodied, Get Me Bodied. That was actually my first Beyonce. Hey, give me some. Get me body, get me body, baby. All I want is to let it go. Ain't no worry, no. Why am I forgetting the words of everything? Get me body. That means come closer to me, and we grind to the beat of my body. Whoa, baby body. She ate that one up. I just love that song. But that was really the first Beyonce song that I ever like really, really knew. So it was really special. She played it actually. I was like, oh, thank you, Beyonce. And then after Get Me Bodied, she did Before I Let Go, which is a cover. I actually don't remember the name of the actual group that plays Before I Let Go. But she did that cover back in the Coachella times, 2018. And then it was on that Homecoming album, 2019, and in the movie. And so now it's just a Beyonce song. And it was also all over the radio at the time. I remember hearing her cover of Before I Let Go all over the radio, everywhere. So after Before I Let Go, I heard Rather Die Young. I heard. It was just me, not 60,000 other people in the stadium, just me. She said, can we do some songs from 4 for you? Or can we do a song from 4 for you? And then she was like, I told you how you... Wait. That's I Care. What's Rather Die Young? Feel boy, you'll be the death of me. Send a shame machine to friend of 17. Rather die young. I don't know why I feel the need to sing every song to y'all. I'm just so like, I'm still seeing Beyonce. You know, when you can still see visions of it. I'm like, Beyonce, I see you right now. And girl, I was singing every word last night. I just love Beyonce so much. I love her. So she did Rather Die Young, and then it transitioned into Love on Top. You can actually see that sequence and both songs on my TikTok. That one I posted already. What else did I post already? I posted a little bit of none of the songs that are none of these. I guess they're later. So after Love on Top, she did Crazy in Love. I posted a clip of that one. Looking so crazy in love, got me looking so crazy in love. And at this point, she was all the way down at the end of the runway. And honestly, I could literally see her. I didn't even have to look at the screen. I was just looking with my naked eyes. I had really good seats. Thank God for the fourth row of section, the 100s, section 130, seat number 1. It's a great spot. After Crazy in Love, she did. After Crazy in Love, she went off stage and then she reemerged in a clam shell that was, of course, glittered and crystallized down all the way through and through. And so she did Plastic Off the Sofa and Virgo's Groove inside of that clamshell. And I posted a clip of Plastic Off the Sofa on my TikTok. And I like those songs. They're super vocal, lots of acrobatics. So I was happy to see her just sit there and sing it. And she sang down, and you can hear a clip of it on my TikTok. After Virgo's Groove, she did a little bit of Naughty Girl, be my naughty girl, be my naughty girl. And I'm just like, I don't know. It's just like, first of all, that's a throwback because that's her first album. And I feel like her first album is one of the albums that I didn't listen to until later because when I, got on the train around Love on Top vibes or even knowing a couple songs from B-Day, I did not know anything from her first album except for Dangerously in Love. But the only... sorry, I thought I saw something. Y'all know how jumpy I am. I thought I saw something and I got scared. Sorry. Y'all know how jumpy... I'm jumpy. There's nothing here, Kobe. Chill. Okay, after Naughty Girl, she did Move. And I love Move. Move out the way. Never on these space. Buck up, bitch. That's the one that features Grace Jones. And my favorite is the end. Find me, you don't need to know me. You ain't find me. You got me. But whatever she's saying there, I love that part. It's my favorite part. And she ate that up last night. And so then we kind of got into like a little Renaissance stretch. And she did Move. And then she did Heated, which is my personal favorite. I mentioned that she started that one upstage and then ran down in the middle of the song. So iconic. I love that she did that. Took off running. 10 tip on hardwood floors, 10 across the board. That part, she took off running. Face, yeah. Face card never declines, my God. Eat it. Yummy, maybe grab me heat it. Make a pretty girl talk that shitty. Good. Glitter on my kitty, boom, around my pretty, bad, big bit of mad bitch glitchy. Wow, I'm literally stumbling over all my words. I'm just not stopping. I'm just still going. Just still saying it. And after Heated, she should have done Thick, but she didn't. She cut it, and she hasn't done it since the first night. And after that, she should have did All Up Your Mind. And after that, she should have done Drunken Love, and she's cut all 3 of those songs. So I didn't get to see Thick or All Up in Your Mind or Drunken Love. Still justice for those songs. She has not played them since the first night. She literally said fuck that very quickly. And I wish she would have played them, but obviously it's okay that she didn't because she played America Has a Problem where she should have played them. I mean, even though she was already playing America. Anyway, I'm just trying to justify, like, oh, don't be sad. But America Has a Problem. I love it. And during the part where she does this, have you seen that part where she, like, does it in the beat costume? They played the Go Stink, fuck it up, Go Stink, fuck it up. And so they remixed that since the remix has come out. I really liked that moment. It was so cute. And then she did Pure Honey, which is my personal, like, top 3 favorite Renaissance track. Like, it's really good. And again, the second part, the honey part of it, I'm like, ooh, the devil's on my shoulder. Oh, so good. The nasty is your guilty nasty girl. Give your eyes a squeeze. I be acting like I can sing Beyonce songs at Beyonce's height of note. I be acting like I can be up there with Beyonce. And I am, in fact, have a man voice box. Give this eyes a squeeze. I was losing my voice because I screamed myself a new lung last night. I don't know if that's definitely not an expression. Screamed myself a new lung. Maybe we should coin that. Copyright? Anyway, after Pure Honey, she did Blow, but she didn't really do Blow. It just kind of played some songs from Blow. I mean, not some songs, like a little instrumental from Blow. And then she went into Summer Renaissance. In Summer Renaissance, she was atop... Oh, also during America Has a Problem, the Lay Twins... I said the Lay Twins. Les means the, so let's start over. Les twins were on top of like these like things, like these poles, and they were literally just flinging themselves back and forth over the audience. It was actually kind of scary. I was like, what the fuck are you guys doing? But anyway, then back to Summer Renaissance. She was atop a silver disco ball horse. She was atop a silver horse and she was flying over the audience, literally. And I posted a clip of that on my TikTok. Yes, I did. And then she goes down. Her and the horse go down to the catwalk after she's, drifted over the whole audience. She goes down, and then they unattach the horse, and then Beyonce goes back up in the air off of the horse, and she's wearing this really long costume with a 15-foot train or something, and so it's just dangling in the air as she floats over the stadium after the song, and she does all the thank yous. Give it up for my amazing dancers. And as she's floating, the dancers are running underneath her. It was crazy. She was like, good for my amazing dancers and my band. I love you so much. I love you. And she's like, oh girl, you look cute. And thank you. I'm so grateful for you and I appreciate you. She was just so personable and nice. And I'm like, I've never felt that included in a stadium tour. I feel like there's something about a stadium tour that is very inherently impersonal. Going to a music school briefly, but also going to a lot of concerts, going to smaller concerts, I've grown to quite like them because you can really share in the experience with the people that are there with you and the artist. But stadium tours, in my experience, just have not felt personal to me. But I've also never had as good of seats at a stadium tour as I did this time. So maybe that has something to do with it. And next time I will be on the floor. Beyonce, please go on tour again in a couple of years so I can buy a floor seat. Hopefully I have the coin by then. But anyway, I just never felt so included in a stadium tour. It was fabulous. It was so, just gorgeous. But I mean, her vocals, her musicality, the budget, the set design, the concept, the dancers, the choreography, the band, the strings, the horns. It was amazing. And the audience, the energy, the vibes, everybody was so happy to be there. And it was truly a joy to participate in something that was so just celebratory. I mean, at the end of the show when Beyonce was flying around, she said, I hope you feel loved. I hope you feel seen. Hope you remember this night forever. Hope you remember who you were with and what you were wearing. And I was just it was just wow. I just really loved that show. This is not an official review, but 10 out of 10, 5 stars. Number one of one, the only one. Don't you dare try to compete with her. She is Beyonce. Or as Jay-Z said, B, she don't even need a whole name. It's Beyonce, nigga. Oh my God. In the words of Jay-Z. What song is that? What song is that? It's on Everything Is Love. They're running together. Friends? I don't know. I can't remember. Anyway, I loved the Renaissance World Tour. I had the time of my life. And I've kind of had to speed process it to be able to tape this episode today. I mean, it's the evening right now, but I've still had to think about it a lot and really quickly. So I'm sure there's some things that I missed. I'm sure I didn't catch every little detail. But just wow, Beyonce is truly a legend, and I'm happy I made a promise to myself after seeing her in 2018 with Jay-Z at On The Run 2 that I would never miss another Beyonce tour, because that is what made me so eager to get tickets to this one. And I say it again, I will never miss another Beyonce tour. I've been kicking myself ever since I didn't get to go to Formation, because Beyonce is the artist of my life. She is my icon, she is my biggest inspiration, and she is truly a living legend, and in a class of her own, facing no competition. There is nobody in her lane, top 2, but she ain't number 2. I love Beyonce. The Renaissance World Tour was amazing. I would say if you aren't seeing it, you should try to get tickets, but it's probably impossible. Or maybe it isn't. You should try to get tickets. Maybe get some bootleg. I mean, not some bootlegs, some nosebleeds. I'm sure it'll still be an amazing experience. But yeah, the Renaissance World Tour was everything. If you have tickets, you haven't seen it yet. If you're going in Atlanta next month, a lot of my friends are going in Atlanta next month. I couldn't go with them because I have to go to a wedding. But that's why I went in Nashville. Everybody's going to love it so much. And I'm so excited for all of you to witness the Queen. Especially if it's your first concert. It's an amazing first Beyonce concert, but it was quite literally the best concert I've ever seen. And I say that with my chest. It was the best concert I've ever seen. So yeah, that's the Renaissance World Tour. That's a quick breakdown of everything that happened. You can see the videos that I took on my TikTok at KOBLIZZY. You can also follow the Pidcast. You can follow the podcast at KOBLIZZY Show on TikTok as well. You can find all of my other links and trinkets and thingies and photos and music and songs and bullshit at KOBLIZZY.com. Everything's there. And the song of the week this week was Rush by Troye Sivan. It's a hit. If you haven't heard it, you should listen to it. But if you're gay, you've probably heard it. I feel like all my gay friends are going up for I feel the rush, addicted to your touch. Oh, I feel the, it's so good, it's so good. Also, I'm living for how active Beyonce is on Instagram right now. Like, she is posting, she posted like 5 posts yesterday. And 2 of them were while I was literally sitting in the audience at 8 o'clock waiting for her to come on stage, and she's posting on Instagram, or her team or whoever. It was funny though. And she made a reel or a TikTok, but she posted it on Instagram. So a reel of pictures of her and Jay-Z at an event the other night. And she used the, I am happy to see my husband. I'm happy to see my husband. She used that audio, which is so funny to me. Beyonce is truly a child of the internet. Well, I mean, kind of. The internet came out in the 90s. Yeah, it should be sure. Beyonce's 40. Child on the internet. Kobe, sure. But anyway, I'm just happy to know she, like, knows what's going on. Or at least our interns do. Or her assistants or whoever the fuck runs her social media. Her promotional people. But isn't she, like, her own... Anyway, I'm rambling. I love Beyonce. She's the artist of my life. And she's the artist of yours, too. You just might not know it. Bye, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you next time. And KOBLIZZY.com for all of me. All of me loves all of you for listening and watching. And I love Beyonce. She is your mother. You listen to her. Goodbye, y'all.